highest good can be expressed easiest than your worst wickedness.
Okay. I hear that. I hear
Okay?
that. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, you said YouTube and look up self-talk and then do the breathing methods that singers do. And
Yeah.
that'll help me out.
Yeah. And don't forget the CRV control remote view and manual.
So, I hope you gonna say this live, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Okay, because I don't got no pen. So you said CRV, something.
Play it back and get it out.
Yeah. All right. I think that's everything. Yeah.
Sweetie, I'm gonna let you go and bring somebody else up, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by to see me.
Absolutely.
Come on, little goddess. Let's talk about what the loyal goddesses talk about. What we all want to know. Well, hello there.
Hey, Mr. Hayes. I don't know how to I don't know how to take this thing off from anywho, I'm just gonna go. So I've been following you for a while. I'm surprised to see you on live again. You don't really hardly be on here no more. Or I don't be on here no more. I don't know.
I'm on my SikApe page, and I've been in Instagram jail over there for a while now, and they won't let me on, so I came over here to do the Q&A off the Facebook video I did last night.
Okay. I'm not on Facebook. So I've been going through maybe you could just like I want to know more. I know you're very, intelligent in this part. On August 5th, I had a child that that left. My 17-year-old. It was due to the police. And I know, I know about life. I know we're guaranteed to live. To not be here. 10 years ago, my brother, transitioned also. Um, I just not so much closer, but I want to know like how. I really don't know what I want to ask you, but I just want your guidance, I suppose. You know, um,
Dealing with
I speak to him through readings. I do read cards. I speak to him through readings. At first, he was really the first week or so. He was really, distraught and like he didn't know what was going on. So I had to guide him. So he's doing better now. He's talking to me. He's throwing out, better cards and kind of like guiding me. But I'm really kind of like lost right now. I need to put myself back up.
the first thing you need to know before you know anything else is you grieve according to your own time. Can't nobody tell you to get past it or get over it or none of that just because you grieve, how long or how hard you grieve. But allow yourself the opportunity to grieve, even if you have to go into solitude in order to gain your senses back. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is this: you need to do spiritual baths during the time of difficulty to allow you to relax the stress on the spirit so you will be stronger to endure the process of the grief. The prescription for the spiritual bath is hot as you can stand it and put you about a cup and a half of Epsom salt in there, and you can pick your own essential oil according to how what the power is to the oil or what the character of the oil does. And then you take you a cup of alcohol, but you do not put the alcohol in the bath water until you submerge, because that's going to wash your aura,
Okay.
right? It's going to also make your connection to your ancestors on the other side
Okay.
clearer. And your son is in the ancestral realm, and you will be able to have ancestors counsel him, because when we recently cross over, it's the same trauma that we feeling, or grief we feeling, they feeling grief too, and they need the ancestors that's already over there to assist them. But if he don't know how to ask for the help, they don't volunteer. And you can teach him how to ask for the help. Once you clarify your connection to the realm, you can ask them as his mother, you can ask the ancestors that's there to aid him in his transition. And you will find that when they start to answer your call to aid him, your grief in the 3D realm will start to subside faster. And once you feel that the ancestor that you needed him to connect with the most connect, it's going to be an acceptance that comes with that in the cycles of grief that's going to allow you to breathe.
Okay.
So that brings us to what I just told the sister before you about the science of breath. Breathe like a singer. Because when you grieve and you breathe shallow,
Yeah. I've
and it
caught my.
makes the grief last longer because you can't get full breath, which is
Yeah.
getting full. The spirit is breath.
Yeah. I do that because when I'm crying, it's like, it goes like that. And it's
Yeah.
like breathing through the mouth. And I know breathing through the mouth is not good. You got to breathe in through your nose and let it go out through your mouth. So you know, I've been practicing, the breathing also too. But I do catch myself when I'm like hysterically crying that it's like, you know, I guess trying to catch my breath type thing.
That helps most because it'll relax the body enough for you to catch your
You
breath.
said what now?
That's when those baths work the best, because it'll allow the body to
Okay.
relax. Will allow you to catch your breath during the episode.
Okay.
But remember, every time you go through a physical breakdown, you're making a spiritual breakthrough. If you don't know that, it'll make the grief harsher and longer.
Okay.
But when you know it, you can monitor your success in overcoming the process of grief.
Okay. Kind of like flip the energy around. No?
You don't have to, all you got to do is it comes with when you get to the phase of acceptance. That's when you start to and it's going to change you on a spiritual level and make you more useful to other people once you get done going through your process.
Okay.
But you have to go through your own process, because this is the greatest catalyst to growth is great loss. And
Yeah.
that's why you go through the period of grief. It's the
Yeah.
phoenix consuming itself in the fire to become ashes. And then it rises from its own ashes in order to be the greatest phoenix it had ever been. And it do that every time it falls in its own ashes is greater than it was before.
Okay. I do grow a lot of herbs. I have like rue and rosemary. I could use those, and parsley and all that. I could use those for my bath instead of essential oils, right?
You absolutely can. There's a book on Amazon you can get called, I think it's called 105 Spiritual Baths,
Uh-huh.
but it tells you many different types of spiritual baths you can do, so you're not just stuck to one. But the basic root ingredient is the hot water and the Epsom salt, and the alcohol only after you been submerged.
Okay, so something like rum. Would that be
You
best?
can use rum. Depend on your spiritual practice, because a lot of the women from the Louisiana area, they use the rum. They use White Lightning, what's moonshine,
Uh-huh.
and they use uh, um, Johnny Walker Red, Johnny Walker Black, Old Granddad. So depending on your preference, those alcohols are acceptable. But they to wash the alcohol itself is to wash the aura.
Okay. Okay. So do that after I take after I submerge in the bath. I'll go ahead and put that in. As I'm submerging in the bath,
You know,
I use that
once
alcohol.
you under the submerged, the majority of your body submerged, then you pour the alcohol in.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, my grandmother, she's also gone, but she's like that Johnny Walker. So I could either use that or the rum.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you use that kind of alcohol, you can use a single shot from a shot glass,
If I use the
or
Johnny
as many
Walker.
shots as necessary. Yep. When you use that, you measure with the shot glass.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you can use one shot glass up to like 10, depending on how much energy you think that you need to cleanse what you're going through. You will feel it. And the more you use spiritual baths, it's like learning a new skill. You will know what you need in order to help you recover from whatever you're going through.
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you, if if you could help me in any way like this. I mean, I'm pretty okay with, what death and whatnot, but it's like being your own child, it hits a little different. I know that we all born here to leave, and I know the pain or whatnot, but I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I just, like I said, I'm gonna do the
One thing,
spiritual bath. And you said what?
your son, your son, if he's coming back anytime soon, he's going to tell you who he's coming back through as their child. So when he come, he would want you to be there to greet him. If I tell you ahead of time, you'll pay attention to the signs he give you,
As far as him
and
coming
it'll,
back,
yeah. Because
he will be
sometimes
able to tell me. He'll
traumatically like that, they turn around and come right back.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because one of my other children, he's a male. Um, he's expecting. Well, the girl is expecting, and the first thing too, like I noticed, I'm like, well, is this Thailand already coming back, or does it take longer for that?
When you first asked that question, why
He's
did you ask it? What was your intuition telling you that made you ask yourself that question?
well,
You
I just
had a feeling.
I felt I kind of felt that, like, when that happened, when the same day that happened, it was like a light bulb. It was like, fuck, that's probably Thailand coming back. That's the baby that's coming in is probably Thailand. Not,
Is
I,
that brother his favorite brother?
huh?
Is the brother that's having the baby his favorite brother? Because we always come back to our favorite, the one we love the most.
No, it's actually they actually bump heads a lot, to tell you the truth.
That's, that's also part of the love relationship that they have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, always was like, he always used to. He's old. The one that is having the baby, he's actually older than him, but it seemed like Talon, the one that that's no longer with the transition, he was more mature than him, and and um and what was I say? I lost my train of thought, but yeah, it just seemed, I don't know. That's what came. That's what came, like that same day. It was just like, and I never, it was just like that same day. I was like, wow. I said, that must be the baby. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna give you a little
You
that'll
keep
help you
breaking.
understand the. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but keep kind of like going off and on. But go ahead.
So, in your bloodstream, your cells are still there from the
Hmm.
gestation period. They with you through your
Okay.
whole life.
Okay.
And when your cells are in distress, your children's cells come to the aid.
Okay.
Right? You have a heart link connection with him that came from him being in your uterus.
Right.
So now that's two connections. He's in your blood and he's in your heart.
Okay.
You also have a telepathic mental connection because it's easy for you to see his face when you close your eyes.
Yes. Every day, every single minute, more now than ever.
That's the visual connection, which is the mental link.
Hmm.
Have a three-link connection to always communicate with any one of your children. Is once you know that, you will know if he's coming back, just like when you suddenly realize, oh, I'm pregnant. You will suddenly realize that, oh, my son just came back.
Mm.
It's the same frequency because it's the same connection that you had when you brought him into the world, that he's coming back.
Okay.
We always come back. Trauma normally makes us come back faster because normally the trauma, like sudden deaths, are interrupting our path and we got work to finish. So we come back to continue the process of breaking that generational curse that we came to work on, which may be the primary and root cause of the trauma.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna come back and get it right because my favorite brother gonna make sure because he know how I move.
Hmm.
So if he what he teach me with what I already am, I can't miss this time. My confidence is in my brother who shared the same womb as my
Hmm.
mother as I did.
Hmm.
So now when I come back, he already know my
Hmm.
temperament and my mom grandmama me
Hmm.
and spoil me. So now I'm getting the double juicy benefit from the turnaround come right back.
Hmm.
Because mama know, even though I'm her grandbaby this time, that I'm still her baby. It's going to be instinctual because of the connection that you have to your child. You can follow them through lifetime. My mama talk to me all the time like I'm
Yeah.
talking to you, but I can't tell people that. They think you crazy.
Yeah.
But she be on the other side. She be coaching me.
Yeah.
Now, baby, don't say nothing. Just listen.
Hmm.
Okay, time to talk.
Yeah. So.
Quiet to yesterday because she told me, okay, now it's time to talk. Tell them to wrap this shit up. It's time to bring it on home now. Right? Right? And the mission is to help as many people as I possibly can. I could have helped more if they didn't think I was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So you
But
saying crying and that's kind of that it, me being hurt as I am and just keep letting it, you know, I don't try to let it bring me down. I try to keep up. I feel like me crying or being so hurt about it will kind of like hold him down. No, maybe it will hold will delay his. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like me,
you have
no, it's
grief is yours.
okay.
He got his own grief from crossing over suddenly.
Okay.
Now you have to, when you go through the process of resolving your grief,
Hmm.
the break is the breakthrough at the layers of the grief.
Okay.
So when you letting the grief out and you let the tears flow, and you can get in that hot water and relax and allow yourself to breathe, you cycle the energy better,
Okay.
which allows you to recover from the grief faster, which allows him on the other side to have your spiritual guidance as if he was here with you, but he over there needing your guidance from a different direction.
Okay.
You telepathically to him.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I have one of his.
yeah, once you control your faculties, you go from the grief and you start going through the process and you start doing what you got to do. That's called putting in
Okay.
spiritual work.
Okay.
Now, if you a sister that's a death doula, grief doula, Phoenix Rising, my chief of staff, if you need some help, she can either counsel you or she can refer you to one of her students that's also a grief counselor.
Okay. Another.
But what I gave you was the basics. That's the bare minimum that you can do to get through what you're going through.
Okay. Give thanks. Give.
But the most important thing is only you can say how far along you are in your grief. Ain't nobody outside you tell you because they can't feel what you're going through. Only you can feel it. That's your conversation with God.
Right. And is it too early to have altar? Because I really don't have. I have an altar for him. I've been having it. You know. I didn't do it right away. I probably did it like a week afterwards. Is it too early for his altar, or do I keep it up, or?
You set his altar up when you feel like it. Can't nobody. That's the same as with your grief. Can't nobody tell you.
Okay.
In China, when somebody died and they are Buddhists, they put their picture up the same day, so they cremate the body and everybody uses pictures, the photo shrine. So you have, that's how you feel. Can't nobody tell you. That's the key to breaking through spiritually is when it comes to spiritual matters, your perception and how you feel is the overriding determining factor in how you practice your spiritual development.
Okay. Yeah, he got.
That's using your will and maintaining your self-control and your control over self. And that keeps other outside entities from stepping on your toes
Okay.
and slowing you
Okay. All right, Mr. Hayes. Yeah, at his altar, and we did get him cremated, and I have, I'm sitting right in front of it right now. So I was like, I seen you, and I was like, okay, let me ask you. I usually don't ever join lives or your live, but I knew you had the answer for me.
down. Glad I was able to help you, sweetie.
Give thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Later.
How do I allow this?
Show me how them Thundercats under that coming
What's
through
going
the
on?
hollow.
Chief,
What's
what's
going
poppin',
on?
man? It's my second time I'm chopping up with you. I can call you
That's
a real I can call you a real reflection, man. You my elder, but you're still a reflection of me, man, every time I hear you. You know how that goes. Like
mm-hmm.
hearing you talk, you know what I mean? Hearing you talk is
For
like
sure.
crazy, huh?
Yeah. So what you got on your mind
Um,
today?
you said something key today. Hold on. You said something key just to the young lady here, and that was about how to spiritually transition, like using the override. You said something key, overriding things, and that's what I'm on right now, the manifestation. Whatever's going on, like I got some situation going on, but as a master of how I master my mind, I'm demonstrating, and that's why I'm in the position I'm in now, because I came back just to do what I'm doing. And I'm demonstrating to my people, right, not to let the outside convolute your vision, your trajectory, like how you perceive things and how you feel about it. That's what really override things. And when you say that, I'm like, God damn, Rod always on, and you always on beat. But that's what I do to override any situation, whatever it looks like. And as God, here's my little son, He tweaking right now. Sure. So everything I do, we know how to override it.
Kick us out.
Huh?
We got about 20 seconds for Instagram. Kick us out.
Oh, okay. Now I was just so yeah, I was just pointing that out to you, man, and just hopping on. I got my little son here, but yeah, the overriding things, whatever's going on in our life, um, I was touching on that with you, and you said it. So as I'm going on with my situation.
And welcome back to Office Hours with Dr. G. Welcome to all of you who are in the chat. Make sure that you are sharing the fact that Chief Pontiac is in the house. He's in the office. He's going to give us just what the doctor ordered. How about that? It's so good to have you. It's so good to have you here, Chief. It's so good to have you here. And
It's always
listen,
good to be here, Dr. G.
I know we have a ball though when we talk, when we have our conversations. Where do you find the link for part two? Part two's link is if you go back to the description of this particular show. Like if you're on YouTube, there's a description. It's telling you what the show is going to be about. There's a link. And it tells you this is the link to the show. You click on that. What we're going to do is give you a break. What we're going to do is we're going to talk for about 45 minutes, maybe. Well, actually, Chief's going to talk for about 45 minutes. We're going to share. And then about 20 after 8, we're going to log off of this, and we want you to click the link and join us. It's going to look the same, but we want you to join us, and we're going to be in what we call unfiltered. And what that means is it's not going to be on Facebook. It's not going to be on YouTube. You're not even going to be able to get back to it tomorrow. When it's over, you're not going to be able to see it. So you want to tell everybody you know that we're doing a 2-parter. You don't have to register. It's just that it's unfiltered. And we want to make sure that you just can't get back to it and throw it up on YouTube or something. We don't want it on YouTube because we want to be able to speak freely. And it's sad. It's sad that we're at a place where we can't. Free speech is not free, and you have you run the risk of jeopardizing your channel, your platform when you tell the truth. But we found a way. We got to work around. So with that said, Chief, again, welcome to Office Hours. Welcome back to Office Hours. I feel like when you have this is Dr. G's Office Hours, and I feel like when you come on. It's like I had to get a specialist to come, you know what I mean? A doctor specialist to come in the office and give us the 411 of what's really, really going on. Cause I didn't learn that stuff when I was in the doctorate school. So I appreciate the time that you took and that Big Mama took to put you in a place where you could have some real serious download time and you erudited yourself. You were able to get that erudite scholarship and that knowledge, and it's very rare that I've ever seen you on anybody's platform that a question has been posed to you that you can't respond to and answer. And what I love about you also is that when you can't, you say that. You don't try to find something and give somebody a whole bunch of gobbledygook and some stuff to make it sound good. But I've heard you literally say from time to time that you're not familiar with that. I thought I had myself. Yeah, I thought you don't say that, but what you do know, you come right off the cuff with it, and I know. And I feel, and I think a lot of people will agree with me, that knowledge and that wisdom that you have garnered over those in the belly of the beast was not for naught. And it's been for our benefit. With that, like I said, welcome back to the show. Do you have anything in particular that's on your heart or in your mind? Because, every day, I know information and so forth is being transmitted to you. So I don't know whether there's anything before I get into asking you stuff. What's going on? Because it's a lot going on, but I want your take on it. Just to start off now.
Well, look, it's funny you said that because I'm in my sense of humor mode, right?
Okay.
And somebody posted on Facebook today, it popped up in my timeline. It say, "This is the 3rd of September. You ain't black if you don't know what that is." It
Was
was
that
the
the day I
3rd.
always remember? That was the
It was
day.
the day that my daddy died.
Daddy.
So the emphasis on the 3rd of September being the day that my daddy died is talking about patriarchy.
Ah,
Patriarchy.
okay.
The
Okay.
revelation of truth is what killed the father, who was a bootleg preacher.
Okay.
I mean, that he was making it up as he go, teaching what he think can get him some money. I ain't in here for no money, and I work for the matriarchy.
That's right. You do.
So if I ain't here for money and I work for the matriarchy, then the patriarchy got